Hello, it's Crypto CJ. It's the trade of the day, Friday afternoon Zoom edition. And it's been a rather lackluster week in the markets, trending down slightly, but not horribly so. We had a big drop a few days ago on the 25th, 26th, but Bitcoin mostly recovered that. Let's go to the chart. Okay, you should be seeing my Bitcoin day chart.
Yep. We are.
All right, I extended the range a little bit down to 28. So it's between 31.5 and 28, like 11%, as this indicator says. So it's not doing much. So it has been trending down later in the week. So I'm gonna go to my 4-hour chart, and we see I mostly have lower lows in the last week since the 20th. So that concerns me going into a weekend. In the US, we have Memorial Day coming up on Monday. So this is a 3-day weekend for many people in the US. I don't know how much effect that'll have on trading. It'll probably bring it down a little bit, especially on Monday, but weekends tend to be lower in volume anyway. So I tend to be cautious on long moves over the weekend for that reason. I'll just throw it out there that if you are going to go long this weekend, especially with this information, if you're trying to catch a dip trade, I love me some dip trades, but go in with half to a third of what your usual amount is and be ready to ladder buy. I'm still going to be sticking with the trend, the trend indicators as opposed to the reversal indicators. So we'll be looking at those a little bit later. But again, to emphasize, lower lows in the last 7 days, trending down a little bit, not much, but again, going into the weekend, this concerns me for any kind of long position. And Ethereum is worse. So we have a steeper fall. I'm on the day chart here, and Ethereum has returned to its low from July of last year. So it was around 1750, dipped a little bit below that. Well, it's 1736 now. So it's broken below, at least temporarily, the floor I thought it would have. So this concerns me as well. On the 4-hour chart, again, you're seeing mostly lower lows since the 18th. Well, they're kind of even here, and then they really drop. So there was some mildly interesting news on Bitcoin that I came across during my prep. This one here, institutional trader who predicted the crypto winter, makes bold call for a new bull market. So these kind of headlines aren't that unusual. It's easy to keep saying it's gonna, it's gonna fall, it's gonna crash, and then when you're finally right, make a big deal out of it. I don't know if this person's in that category or not, but Yves Lemalreux, French class in high school, probably still butchered it. But looks like he's he's thinking we're towards the bottom of the range, and should come up. So everyone has an opinion when it comes to such things. So I'm interested what you guys think. Any questions, concerns, or comments on Bitcoin and Ethereum or the market overall?
Nope.
It's going to be kind of short today, guys. If you don't chime in.
Yeah, I'm still on the sidelines, licking my wounds, so to speak. Just kind of watching the market. Should be playing some shorts.
Yeah, to be candid, I haven't done much trading based on Altcoin Alert or iCoin Pro, the other information source I use, because those are, with me, those are usually longer day trades, maybe 2-day trades, short swings. And with the market being the way it is, I just haven't felt comfortable in doing much. I've done a little bit of scalping, and I'm just working on my bots right now. So, Ariana says in the chat, I don't think we're at the bottom yet. I tend to agree with that. So, and then if you're shorting, you know, if you're doing some leverage trading, you know, I would suggest using stop losses as opposed to ladder buying on shorts. So I did a ladder buying sequence and I got in right after the Luna crash, which was a error on my part, and I'm still stuck in a bad short. Don't want to see you guys do the same thing. So yeah, if you're going to do some shorts, make sure you have some protection on the backside in case we do get a pump over the weekend. But overall, I do think it's going to keep trending down a little bit, maybe down into the mid 20s, even low 20s before we get a recovery. Those institutions want to buy, but they want to buy low. Yeah. Okay, Ariana's suggesting I go to the monthly. Let's take these out. And yeah, there's a big hard trend down on the monthly chart. I wonder if we have any divergence. There's some back in November. Interesting. Okay, anything else on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the market overall? Ariana thinks the weekly chart looks a little better. Yeah, if I spread it out, it's not as bad. Still got that floor down here that just dipped below. Very interested to see what happens. This is going to hold. If this is low enough for the institutions to buy and hold this this level. Okay. All right. Well, let's trade. Let's see if we can find something on Altcoin Alert to at least put some alerts on over the weekend and make some day trades. So go over here to Altcoin Alert. Got my Altcoin Radar clicked as opposed to the dashboard. And AA scores, I was looking at these earlier and they were pretty discouraging. The only one that looked interesting was XCM, the Coin Metro coin. I have a Coin Metro account, I use it occasionally, but if you want to buy this, I think you have to do it in euros. So see, there's no USD market cap here. It's up 11% today, but yeah, I'm not that interested in trading in euros. And then the next bullish we have is below 70, which I'm not going to look at. So we just don't have, you know, based on the market conditions, we just don't have any good AA scores. So the next, we can look at some other sorts. On long-term sentiment, we've got a few bullish scores, but I like to match these up with the Elder Impulse on the daily side, you know, which is a technical indicator. But if I sort by Elder Impulse daily, you know, the only bullish one is this this game token, which I looked at. It's on some tiny exchange with practically no volume. So I'm not going to look at that. So this has happened my last few Zooms. So we've been going to the Elder Impulse hourly, Elder Impulse hourly, and finding some sorts there, and we match them up with either long-term sentiment, you know, or short-term sentiment. So on the long-term sentiment, we have Doge. You know, it's up 3% today. I'm not a fan of this, but I will trade it. So let's go to Doge and see if we can find something. Let's just go to the hour today. I mean, we all know that everything's been beaten down the last few months. I don't think looking at the day chart's all that productive at the moment. So Doge has come down, you know, since the 23rd, about 10%. We had the big spike here, and then from there we're down about 7%. So for my trend alerts, I'm using the Chandelier Exit here, which is a pretty simple addition from a trading view. Type in Chandelier on your indicators, and I use the one by Everget. And it's alert friendly. You can just right click on and put your alert on it, which I like about it. I've added a couple others that I'm tinkering with. It's VAPI, which is a volume indicator, and this Bjorkum superscript. this blue and red line here for confirmation. So if I want to catch a long on Doge, I would right click, add the alert. It's on buy already. It'll give you, it can do every direction change, or you could make it for buys only or sells only. For this, I would do a buy. Then when it goes off, I would match it up with my other indicator, see if it's if the trend is in my direction. So, this went off at 1:30. So at that point, the volume indicator is green, going my direction. The RSI is trending up, as is the money flow index, the MFI. So that's a go. So I'd be up, not quite 1%, and then it dipped a little bit. Yeah, not doing much. So this is the downside of trading, even a coin with pretty good volume, when the volume's kind of low, and it tends to happen on Friday afternoons in the US. So another option would be to wait for a dip and then catch another buy. So, okay, we missed this buy signal, do that alert that I just explained, wait for it to go sell, and then to go buy again, then catch that second buy signal. It's also got some pretty good, short to middle term support here, right around 0.765. If you want to try to catch a dip trade, I think this would be a good place to start considering that, around 7.5 cents. So, any questions on Doge?
Nope.
Right. So next, let's see what else matches up. We've got waves, bullish on short-term sentiment, bullish on the elderly impulse hourly. Down 11% today. Maybe it's due for a rebound. Let's check it out. Okay, on the hour, it's just straight down. Yeah, it's down almost 30% since since the 23rd. So my 15-minute chart, where I like to place my alerts. Another sell. The last buy on the Chandelier went nowhere. This one from yesterday was a little better. Got 3.5%, and next cycle up to 4.5%. So that's a good day trade. This one didn't. This one did okay. 1.5%. This one did not. So it's about 50% that the buy signals in the recent history on the Chandelier Exit are being are being profitable. You could short this instead, since it's down so much and since it's trending down pretty hard. So that would be an option if you trade on leverage. Otherwise, I don't really see a good entry at the moment. My 5-minute chart. Yeah, it's not doing any dip sequence. It's hanging around the SMA line on the 5-minute. So yeah, I would do the Chandelier alert on the buy and then reevaluate, but go in small in case you have to make additional purchases. But overall, I don't like the structure. Any questions on waves? All right. I did want to point out real quick, fear and greed index, extreme fear at 12. It's been as low as 8, but we've been hovering in this extreme fear area. So if you are, a hodler or a long-term swing trader, you might want to wait a little bit and catch some really low prices. Not really what I do, but I do it a little bit. But chat. Ariana likes waves on the 4-hour. Okay, I don't usually look at the 4-hour for day trading, but you know, for a longer term swing, yeah. And you can use actually the longer time frame to better, you know, the chandelier works. This buy signal didn't work on the 4-hour very well. So if you'd gotten in here, you'd have been down. Probably would have ladder bought at about 10%. I don't know yet. This just doesn't look good as far as an entry using this indicator. It's a pretty good move there, but otherwise this hasn't worked very well on this particular token. But the chart is trending down, but not as harshly. I think that's what she means. So, okay. Yeah, let's see what else we can find in Altcoin Alert. Our sentiment sort, see if we can match up. Okay, we got Beam on the elderly impulse hourly and the long-term sentiment and the short-term sentiment. So that's not bad given current circumstances. Let's check out Beam. I don't know if that's one I've traded recently. Yeah, I don't think so. Not on my list. On the hour, kind of an interesting move. Way up here, dropped way up here. Some whale keeps buying this. And down again. Down about 4%. Last few days, not bad. Okay, on the 15-minute. Buy signals. On the chandelier. Getting us about 1% there. And this one we got down about 3%. These entries were okay. These two were not. Let's see, like this one. Let's say you drop down here around 5%, and maybe you ladder buy, you know, another position around 5%. I usually go between 5 and 10% of my ladder buys. And then by the time you get back here, you know, this is why ladder buying is usually effective, but not always. So your first position breaks even, and then your second position, you're making about 5 or 10%. And it takes about 16 hours. So. Okay. Do have some support down here around 13 cents. So that would be a good entry, and we're not that far from there if you want to get in on this one. Otherwise, I'd use you know, the Chandelier Exit trend indicator alert, and then reevaluate, match it up with the other indicators. Any questions on Beam? Okay. That's about the last that's gonna set up. Then our friend Robert, not sure if he's here, has used this 24-hour change sort. He's looking for dip trades on this. He's looking for something that's been beaten down. And so this is intriguing. We have this anchor protocol down 26%, has very bullish on short-term sentiment, but otherwise kind of crap throughout all the AA indicators. Could be a really nice low entry if you're willing to take that chance. So let's go to anchor protocol. I think we looked at this either Monday or Friday recently. And yeah, I can't remember what the news was that pushed this up so much. About a week or so ago, and then it lost most of that value. So it went up, you know, up here, 600%, and lost, you know, a good portion of that. Trending down now. Okay. Ariana's suggesting we look at Zcash. We'll look at that one next. Okay, on the hour, trending down. On the 15. This entry on the Chandelier was pretty good. This one was not. This one was not. This one was. So we're getting about 50% on these. We got some support in this vicinity here around 18, 19 cents. So that would be a pretty good entry. We're almost 22 cents now. If it drops some more over the weekend, you know, this buy on the Chandelier was really good. You know, over 10%. So I like that. Yeah. That's what I would do on this one. Just maybe do both. Put a low buy order in on it, and put your alert on the Chandelier. So whichever one comes first, that's the one you evaluate. Okay, any questions on Anchor? Well, that's about all I have for Altcoin Alert. I'm gonna go ahead and check out Zcash per Ariana's request. We can look at some other coins too if you want. Let's go ahead and look at the day chart. Zcash had a big move in late March. It's crashed pretty hard from that. Down 65%. Yeah, down about 60%. So we're at some low points now in its recent history. It's pretty good support this year, right around $90, between 85 and 90. We're at 86 now. So if you're interested in more of a swing trade or a hodl, you know, we're pretty good entry now. If you want to catch it on a swing, you could go on a longer term Chandelier on maybe the 4 hour or the 1 hour. I'll probably go 1 hour. We had a sell trigger this morning, so you know, right click, pick up that buy. You're going to want it once per bar close so you don't get repainted. Sometimes it'll flicker and go away if the market changes a little bit before the candle closes. Yep. You know, I like Zcash. I've traded this before. I like the idea of anonymity. You know, I hear Litecoin has adopted some of these properties in its functionality as well. So I made a small purchase on that. But yeah, I wouldn't mind having a small bag of privacy coins. So chat. Chuck's giving me a list. BNB, Maker, and Serum. Okay. Yeah, we'll probably look at those 3 real quick, then we'll close it out for Altcoin Alert. But all right, BNB. Are you in these now, Chuck? Are you considering them?
I actually read an article that said these 3 had a bullish look, and I wanted to pit one expert against the other.
Okay. Well, if there's any experts around here, you let me know, but I'll see what I can do on my chart. So on the 1 hour, well, let's look at the day chart real quick. And on BNB, yeah, trending down, but not horribly so. Since the end of the year, down, well, 60% is not great, but some are worse. Lost about half its value this year. On the 1 hour, yeah, pretty big drop from a few days ago.
Bless you
And
there.
thank you. And the Chandelier Exit indicators have been pretty good, about 2 out of 3. Here's a good entry here on the hour chart. You know, 10%. Yeah, this is how I like to trade when I'm doing swings. You know, we got about 3% here, not bad. This one kind of just went sideways and then down. So then on the 15, yeah, if you're gonna day trade this, we just gotta buy 1 p.m. Pacific, 5-minute, top of the Bollinger Band on the 5. I'd probably want it to dip again and then catch the next buy. That's probably what I would do with that one. Okay, Maker. End of the day. End of the year down. So yeah, nearly identical to what we just looked at on BNB. Trending down a little harder on the 1 hour. Since the 23rd. Down about 20%. Yeah, the buy chandeliers have not done well on this. So I can't really recommend it with this recent history. A little bit better on the 15 for little scalps, 2%. Of course, I like piling up 2%. So yeah, it actually looks better on the 15. So that's how I would approach this one, you know, maybe over the weekend, is try to, you know, set buy signals on this and pick up 2%. Okay, and Serum. Oh, that's on my list. I don't think so. I think that's SRM. That's why it's not coming up. Yeah. I do have it. Okay, on the day. And a pretty good pump here on the first. Down 70% since on the hour. Yeah, again, not good. The 15. Yeah, with this kind of choppiness, you know, I'd look more for scalps. If you want to catch it on a dip trade, there is some short-term support down here around 10 cents. I mean, around $1. That would be where I'd want to get in. A little bit lower than now.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Any other coins to look at? We're right at about a half an hour, which is kind of normal for our typical Friday afternoon Zoom, unless something crazy is happening. If there's nothing else, I'll go ahead and stop the recording here. For those of you watching on the recording, thanks for joining, and we hope to see you live next time. Please check out the opportunities in the comments below. Happy trading. Have a good Memorial Day weekend. I will not be conducting a Monday Zoom. Well, I'm not planning to anyway. If something really interesting happens and I have some time, I might spontaneously do something. But for now, I'm probably not going to do that one. I'll send emails to everybody on my list. So have a good weekend. And for those of you on Carbon, stick around. We'll do that one next.